morning. Welcome to May 24th, 2020. I hope you're all feeling well rested and beautiful and reconnected to yourselves. Today we're going to do a quick look at the astrological weather, and then we're going to explore a bit deeper with the tarot, and then we'll do the 1 card, 2 card, 3 card sold at the end of the video. So I'll have timestamps for that below if you don't really want to watch the whole video. And oh yeah, there was something else I was going to say about that. I wanted to just invite everyone, when they are getting their personalized advice, just tune back into their intuition, tune back into the higher self, or the power of knowing that resides within you already, before you take on, anything that I or anyone else has to say. I just like to invite you to take a moment to reconnect to whoever that is before we get into it too much. Coffee's mine this morning. I worship at the altar of coffee. Okay, guys. So we still have Venus, Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter all retrograde. We're there. That's what's up. Today we also have the moon in Gemini, until around just after 7 p.m. EDT. We do have a void moon all day. So until when I'm posting this, the moon will be void. It went void around, I'm going to say 7:10 EDT this morning. And it is void until 7 p.m. when the moon moves into Cancer. So do have a quick look at your birth charts and see what houses that is all about for you. Void moons, again, they're really great times to be just kind of reflecting, refracting, coalescing, gathering before distributing. In Gemini, this is going to be maybe, with the Venus retrograde, just like looking how far we've all come. It's only been, let me see, about a week and a half since Venus went retrograde, but I know we're all doing a lot of work, like big time soul work. So, just take a second to breathe and congratulate yourself for that, because there's something to be said for having to go through the challenging phases and weeding out the things that are weedy, so your garden won't be choked out later, and so that they won't fester into something that's a little worse later down the line. You feel me? You feel me, girl? Okay. So, there's my hair clippers. I tell ya, things you see. So, babes, let's take a look at the current weather astrologically. It's raining here today, which suits me just fine. I love it. I love the rain sometimes. Okay, what are the current collective consciousness? Where's the collective at today? Collective energies. That was pretty decisive. Would you agree? I would agree. I think so. The bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles reverse, followed by the 10 of Swords reverse. So a little bit of juggling. Or more specifically, an end to the juggling act with that. There's a lot of waiting energy here. And I think I know why from these cards. This is interesting. So today, guys, we have the 4 of Swords. Again. Sometimes I wonder if my fingers are dyslexic. It would just be so much more fun. 4 of Swords again. Talked a little bit about this guy yesterday. And how this is a bit of a card of initiation, unexpectedly, how we wouldn't necessarily think of it that way. Usually this is like a card of like waiting. This is a card of listening internally. This is a card of getting very still and like detaching from a busy head in order to gain clarity. It's sitting right above another four of wands. There's so much passion in these cards. We also have the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the King of Wands, and we have the Star. Okay, guys, so today I think we're going to be dealing with, yesterday, some of us were working with this like energy of rejecting social norms, rejecting timelines, rejecting expectations. This is going to be a continuation of that energy. And it's really going to result in this star kind of coming to a new ideology. You know, you may be looking at what's going on in the world and saying, this is how we got here. It's not really going to work for me. So let's do something new. That's how this energy flows. It doesn't have to be literal. It doesn't have to be that situation. This can also be taking a quick look at what your integrity means to you when you're in relation to other people, when you're in community with other people, when you are in fellowship with other people. Like fellowship is kind of a theme that's coming up with this King of Wands, this 10 of Pentacles, and the Star. I mean, the Star is the card of Aquarius, and Aquarius at its highest octave, at its most mature expression, is really all about creating spaces where everyone can come in to express themselves without fear of judgment, unfair judgment, let's maybe say that, and creating places where people can relate to each other. So today, guys, I feel like we might be looking a little bit more closely at how we can foster those energies within our own lives. That feels good. Just there's something else with these cards are kind of, I'm hung up on this 10 of Pentacles reversed. So let's clarify, why are you here? Okay, we've got the 2 of Pentacles. That was on the bottom of the deck before, guys. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got 2 of Wands, and I'll have one more. Right, and we've got the 10 of Swords reversed that was on the bottom of the deck. So that message really wants to come out today, guys. The bottom of the deck is the 3 of Wands, so there's a waiting energy here. There's an energy of when is my work going to pay off? When is my work going to end? When is this going to change? Is kind of what it feels like. And I feel like the I mean, this can be ending because the 10 of Swords is in the reverse, you know. Anytime the reversal is happening, it's like the swords are falling out. It's like the depression is ending, the grieving is ending, this is all about like the darkest night before the dawn, and it's like the dawn is here when it's reversed. There's something else to this though, guys. This is like, I've been juggling so much work. I've been juggling so many expectations. You know, I've been sort of like wandering through the dark is kind of what's coming up. You know, I've been wandering in maybe this place of not knowing what the future holds for so long, that, and I would love to thrive in the future. I think that's what this desire is coming through as, is like, I would love to thrive when I grow up, you know, like growing up is kind of more a colloquial, you know, turn of phrase here, but you know what I mean. Like, it's when when I look back at the legacy I choose to produce for myself, for my community, there is so much we can bring to the table, guys. This is what I really see here. This is like, allow your feelings to thaw out, you know, allow your inspirations, allow yourself to be, I'm hearing ego satisfaction, weirdly enough. Allow yourself to like use your ego to do some good. You know, one of my mentors would always say, never listen to your ego. Have a huge ego, but give it something to do. And I love that because, you know, it's true. It's like anything in psychology. We always kind of talk about the parts of our personhood that the longer they go unacknowledged, they move underground, and then they become something that we maybe don't want. So, you know, when my mentor was saying that, that was really just kind of like, be aware that this is a part of you. And if you don't find a way to give it something to do, quote unquote, it will rule you, or it will find its own way, and you may not be able to use that tool in a way which serves you or suits you. Okay, guys, I hope that resonates with somebody out there. This video is going to be a little longer than usual, which is kind of nice. After yesterday was such a short video, I was like, kind of felt like there was some messages that were coming up through the ether, so I'm glad that today we can talk about them a bit more. Let's get into the 3 cards. So guys, have your card 1, 2, or 3 in mind. And let's get into it. May I have cards 1, 2, and 3 for the collective messages today? Okay, we've got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 3. There's a 4th one that wants to come, so we'll just do that. Okay, guys. 4 cards, timestamps are down below if you don't want to listen to all 4. I do recommend listening to all 4 because usually there's some crossover, there's a different perspective. You might be a cross-watcher for somebody else's story and you might get some interesting insight into where they're at. Either way, the energy for all of these readings is the 2 of Swords reversed followed by Judgment. So this is coming out of indecision. This is coming to a point where you're ready to have those like the ultimatum is the word that comes up, but in like a really okay kind of way, you know. So carry on. Let's get into it. This is card number 1. We have the Page of Wands for you, card number 1. So today we might be looking at a project in a new light. You might be finding inspiration in gold in them hills. You know, you might be saying, you know, Mom and Pop, I'm gonna pack my rucksack and I'm gonna follow that dream. Page of Wands can be you. It can be that young, sparky, kind of like side of yourself, side of your personality that keeps you young always. You know, this is the part of ourselves that like makes it so that even when we're very old, we are, you know, we've got like a mischief to us. Page of Wands can be someone. It can be a fire sign, so a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries in your life. Youthful, playful energy. Let's clarify this Page of Wands. Why is it here? Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the 4 of Swords for you guys. And we've got the Moon. That's interesting. What's going on here? Okay. And we've got the Empress on the bottom of the deck. So like, okay. My way or the highway, bitch. This can be you reflecting on something that happened. This can be you reflecting on the past. And with these 2 together. This can be creating a tangible way to implement an intangible. This can be a way of like setting a goal, but then having a 5-year plan. This can be you writing down 6-month goals. This can be you thinking about those things. With the moon here and the 4 of Swords here, I really do want to say that this might be you coming to the end of like a period of like mental not stagnation's not the word, but like and not torpor. It's like when you're like rigor mortis. It's like there was a part of you that maybe like a part of me died. I mean, aren't we all? You know, but it's kind of like that part of yourself that was like stiff and unflexible is starting to get some movement again. You're starting to see, you're starting to gain some of your mental flexibility back, and you're starting to be able to look at problems in new lights and see kind of the truth of them, kind of see what was the underlying value in them, seeing, you know, what the underlying fears and urges were that caused those things to kind of. I love the moon as a card. I think it's one of the most beautiful cards in Rider-Waite, you know. These two figures are looking at the moon, and we have 2 responses always to our fears. You know, the crab is like the messages from the subconscious that are coming up, and the 2 characters here, like one of them is curious. Like this guy is like, what is this? I want to know more. I want to learn. And this guy is fearful. This guy is, you know, like I don't want to see it. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to be confronting it in some way. And that's bad use of ego. So, you know, just you have the power in your hands today to change that story for yourself. That's what I'm hearing. I hope that resonates. We are going to move on now. If you want the last card of the day, the like, let's wrap it up, timestamp for that's down below. But moving on to card number 2, the Tower for you guys. Okay, don't freak out. This is just like unexpected. Or there's something that you always knew beneath the surface that was like not quite it. And today is like, you know, today, whether or not you've been able to give yourself the space to deal with it, today's the day that it changes. We also have tomorrow, the 25th, we have Mars sextiling Uranus. And I feel like this is another day where like because Mars is in Pisces. So remember, like coronavirus is all about this like weird Pisces, like illness energy. And then Uranus is in Taurus. So when those 2 hang out, this is that electric change energy. So this might be like, you might be learning illness in a family. Doesn't have to be. Maybe you're going into labor if you have kids. I have the King of Pentacles for you. Let's clarify this Tower card, please, a little bit further. This is legacy with this King of Pentacles. Why is this Tower card here? Okay. Yo. We've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So you might be trying to hang on to something. We've also got the, we've got the 6 of Swords reversed. So, okay. This is going to sound harsh. Stay with me. I feel like for some of you, you may have been holding on to something. You may have been trying to control an outcome. You may have been trying to control an environment. I'm hearing you may have been trying to control a family dynamic. Because it gave you a false sense of security. And even though you know that there is something about this situation that really needs to change. You're feeling extremely protective of yourself, and you're not allowing yourself to undergo this transition. It doesn't have to be that way. It can also be that you're realizing this, or that, you know, life is kind of giving you a little bit of a kick and you no longer have a choice, that you have to walk away from something. This is legacy, King of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups together. This is really talking about like what emotions are you afraid to face? What what high holidays, what joyful experiences that make you feel stable are you afraid to share with other people? Or like, yeah, oh, interesting. There's like, with this 4 of Pentacles, it's almost like you know so deep down inside what your happiness is, but you're an element of fear gets in your way, because it's like, it feels so good. How can I possibly deserve it? Or it comes at the cost of destroying everything that was something. Yeah, like I'm scratching my collar. It's like, this is uncomfortable. You know, it's uncomfortable to be like having this moment of truth with yourself. They've stopped talking, so that's really all I'm gonna say for you, card number 2. I hope it resonates. And we're gonna move on to card number 3. We have the Knight of Pentacles for you. So this is talking about how routine kind of gets in the way of your creativity. This is like this is just working too much. Too freaking much, man. Too much work. You gotta stop that. Let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, please. Why is it here for collected messages? You might be feeling it. Like, your body might be talking to you today, saying like, get out of your own way. Like, take a nap. Call in sick. If your bosses can't handle it, they shouldn't be open right now. Almost, guys. Almost there. This is it. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. And we've got the 9 of Swords reversed. All right, guys. And then the bottom of the deck is this guy. Give and take. Imbalance and give and take. And you saying, I know, I am aware of your, I don't know, like, this is like someone is exploiting you. This is what this feels like. And you're at the point where you're like giving them an ultimatum. You're like, I don't want to be used. It does come at the cost of some heartache, but I feel like you're done. I feel like you've been working so freaking hard that it's like, I can't take anymore. I'm in a trap of my own mind. It can feel like I'm missing an opportunity by being so at your disposal, so working so hard for what your goals are, that I'm not having a chance to work on my own. And that's coming to an end today for you guys. That was short and sweet for you guys as well. So I'm going to move right along at a rapid clip. We're going to go on to the wild card, card number 4. We have the Knight of Wands for you guys. Ooh, okay, this is probably going to be similar to the Page of Wands, but like a more mature energy. It's like you found that gold, the gold in them hills, and now you're like, we ride at dawn. We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Queen of Swords reversed. And we've got the Five of Pentacles reversed. Ooh, and we've got Strength. Right off the bat, I'm like, you guys have been feeling like broke for a while. Not sure in which realm. That can be like emotionally, that can be mentally, that can be physically. Like, you can just be feeling like, ugh, you know, like deprived, empty. No more. That's just like, you're done with that shit. You're calling on your inner strength. Hanging out with this Queen of Swords. So I mean, like, this can be you. I feel like this is people reading you as being like critical or harsh. I don't really see you giving a shit. I feel like you're kind of like, you had your chance to make nice with me. Let's just see here. Yeah, you're like, you're taking responsibility for yourself. I feel like you are recognizing that, like, with this Empress, this Ten of Wands, and this Nine of Pentacles, and you know, the future waiting card, like, these are cards of like self-worth, self-esteem. This is you having a peek into the energy that you've been in, I feel like, for a really long time. It could be this you know, this waiting energy, or this sort of feeling like so depleted. I feel like you're at that point where it's like, if I allow myself to continue on this road, I'm going to be so burnt out. And you're finding a lot of strength in that knowledge. You're finding a lot of like clarity, and you're finding that it's like kind of making you a little spicy. But it's, you know, it's not a bad thing. There's victory in that. So I hope that resonates, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. If you're still here, thanks. What's the one card of guidance for everyone in the collective today? How can we work with all of our respective energies? You guys already know what's up with this one. You already know. I'm not even gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Okay, Eight of Swords. You notice we don't see her hands. Her hands aren't tied. She is in these binds, but she also knows how to escape them. This is just talking today, like, look at those expectations. Look at those contracts. Whether they're emotional contracts, or like workplace contracts, or family contracts, or like relationship contracts. You know, this Venus retrograde is like, she's here, she's queer, she knows no fear. This is looking at ways to liberate yourself from those things. You don't have to feel stuck, and you don't have to abide by the expectations that others are putting upon you. Liberation Day, guys. I hope this resonates. Let me know what's going on in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. That's all I have to say. I will see you tomorrow for your daily reading, and then we're going to talk a little bit more in the upcoming weeks about the lunar eclipse that's going on June 5th. So if you want to have those videos, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.